Hi and welcome. I hope this video finds you well. It's Halloween and I hope everyone has a wonderful, wonderful day. It is chilly here today in Maryland. It is, when I got up this morning around 6 o'clock, it was in the upper 30s. The wind is blowing pretty good, but it's sunny out. So I can't complain. It's October 31st, guys. Come on. And I know a few years back, on October 31st, we had a nor'easter sweep through here. So you know, the weather could be 80 degrees on October 31st, or it could be 20 degrees. We don't know. It's unpredictable, just like the rest of our world is right now. I had a wonderful conversation with an older gentleman. He's in his 80s, and we were discussing the fact that um, everything is so unpredictable. He said, it used to be I could predict things. He said, no, I'm not a prophet. He said, not like that. But you knew that this was going to happen, and when that happened, this would happen, and so forth. It was the flow of life, the flow of things. The country had a flow, your life had a flow, everything had a flow, and one thing followed another. And he said, now it's not like that. You never know from one day to the next what's going to happen. Just because X happens doesn't mean that Y is going to happen. So it's messed everything up. And he has a good point. He said that we needed to go back to the way they did it and start preparing, for hard times. Now, hard times could mean anything from the collapse of the country to the collapse of your personal world. As you know, I've talked about in previous videos, I have two friends that are struggling with serious health issues. One has liver failure. She's had liver transplants and all the things, and her body has an autoimmune disease that rejects each liver that she gets. So she is not able to get another liver. Other parts of her body are failing, but she keeps going. She keeps going. She's still with us. Honestly, I'm sorry, Tiffany, if you hear this. I really didn't think that you'd be with us today, but I'm thankful that you are. I'm thankful that Tiffany is still with us. She keeps going. It wasn't maybe not even a month ago. She was in ICU for several days, and they didn't think that she was coming home from that. But she pulled through. She came home, and she's okay. I will never say that she's doing well. She's just okay. She's alive, and she's still doing things. So for that, I'm happy. I have another friend who's struggling with cancer. Um, She's done rounds of chemo and radiation, and she's looking at a serious surgery coming up next week. So those were their personal end of the worlds for the two of them. Um, the person with cancer, she lost her job because of it. She lost her insurance. She had to go back on her and her husband are separated, and her husband let her go back on his insurance, which was really nice of him. So I don't know what's worked out since then, but she went on his insurance, and she has the insurance, and things are getting taken care of, but she can't work. So not working was her personal end of the world scenario. Luckily, she has someone that, in her life that's helping her, and she's getting through. But each of us will suffer at some point in our lives an SHTF situation. We all will. And are we prepared for that? Have we stocked up a little extra so that if we can't afford to go to the grocery store, a lot like this EBT thing, why didn't you put back one can a day, or excuse me, not a day, but one can a week, two cans a week? Put something back. When you rely on someone else, your life is in their hands. You're not independent when you're on food stamps. I'm sorry if that offends you, but it is the facts. It's the fact. You are dependent on food stamps and government assistance. You are not an independent person. Government has become your caretaker. I'm sorry. I know that some people need that, and I am not discounting that in any way, shape, or form. If you are disabled, if you're a veteran, if you're elderly and you need that, you should definitely get it. Absolutely, without a doubt. But if you are an able-bodied person, and I know, and you may get angry at me for saying this, but I know for a fact that there are people out there that use the welfare system as a job. They work that like a job. And how do I know that? I have friends that work in social service, and they've confided in me. They're like, these people come in here and they make it their job to have kids so that they cannot work. They don't want to work. And a lot of these people, I'm sorry to say, live better than we do. As I mentioned in a previous video, there was a lady that I was watching on YouTube saying that she made $10,000 a month. I don't know how you do that. I don't know how you get that much in benefits. That's insane. I wouldn't even know where to begin. Um, so you, when you do that, you become dependent on that. You cannot honestly stand up and say to me, I am independent, when you cannot support yourself. When the EBT dries up and you are an able-bodied person, the EBT dries up and you are panicking because you don't know how you're going to feed your children. I'm sorry. Like I said, I know I might offend some people here, but if you are young and able-bodied, I've been working since I was 12 years old. I wanted to work. There were things that I wanted. Um, I don't understand. I don't. But I feel bad for them because this has been ripped out from under them suddenly, you know, and they're scrambling. They don't know what to do. I get all that. I do. I get a lot of it. But again, I have a hard time finding sympathy. I really do. My sympathy lies with the people that actually need it. And what makes me angry is the people that I've talked to in social services will tell me that the elderly and the disabled get less money than some of these other people who are able to work. And I think that's wrong. It's just wrong. So I don't know what's going to happen tomorrow. I have no idea. Could be nothing. Could be the end of the world. Not sure. Guess we're going to find out. Okay, guys, I'm going to show up. I'm going to show up. Every day, Monday through Friday, I'm going to show up. I've made a promise to myself, and I will see you on Monday. If I feel like it, I might make a video over the weekend, but we're going to try Monday through Friday. I hope you'll tune in. I hope that you will like and subscribe. I appreciate you being here. Let's see what the weekend brings.